right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode number 170. Can you believe it? We are 30 episodes away from number 200. It is insane. And to celebrate, I am super happy to welcome back to my kitchen, virtually from his kitchen in Chicago, the very funny and the very good cook and baker that is Nick Lindemann. I'm so happy to welcome Nick back. This is awesome. He today is going to show me how to make some magic cookie bars. Episode 170, we need some magic, baby, for sure. This is a good way to celebrate. So friends, let's go get some groceries. It's time to make some magic. It's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Okay, here's what we need to make today's magic bars. Today's bake, you are going to need some chips. We've got chocolate chips, butterscotch, all kinds, sea salt. You can do a mix if you want. We need graham cracker crumbs. I've made my own there. Instead of nuts, I'm gonna go with sunflower seeds, but use what you want. We've got coconut flakes. We have our condensed milk and melted butter. Alrighty, friends, it's time to make some magic.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Welcome to my new kitchen.
That's great. That's beautiful. That's a nice looking kitchen. I have rearranged mine a little bit. Got a nice little wall hanging there. It's
I
kinda
like
nice.
that. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, there is some art
Oh,
over
nice.
this way.
Nice.
Coke fridge.
My previous roommate moved out and took his Hulk Hogan refrigerator magnet with him, so that was a little bit of a kick in the pants. But the new roommate is a step up, so it's all good.
When did you come across this?
This has been a holiday staple my whole life. As long as I can remember, little kids making cookies with my mom and grandma. This is one of the ones we made. We made a lot of other stuff, but these were always my favorite. When I got old enough where I actually was like an actual help, not just a little kid running around making a mess, I realized this is the easiest thing to make in the world. This is like scrambled eggs, easy to make, and so it's pretty great. And so they're easy to great. Everyone loves them. They're always a hit wherever you bring them out. So.
Absolutely. And what I have decided to do, because the recipe, which there is a link in the show description, you can go to it, click it. It is for 36 bars. I'm just doing 12. So what I decided is to do it in this style, to make individual magic cake cups.
I went with the classic 9x13. Gonna make the full recipe. There are other couple tweaks that we'll get to when we go through it. Doing it that way, you can change it up a little bit. Maybe one is just chocolate chip, maybe one's mint chocolate chip, maybe one's peanut butter chocolate chip, maybe there's some mixtures. See,
I've got a mix.
so I also went with little peanut butter, little semi-sweet. So
Oh, perfect. Now for the coconut, for this recipe, it just says coconut flakes. Do you go unsweetened or do you do sweetened coconut?
I don't see what I bought, man. I had to be perfectly honest. I'm not a big fan of coconut. I usually don't put it on at all. The coconut can be jettisoned completely, but again, I wanted to be faithful to the recipe, so I apparently got sweetened coconut flakes.
Okay.
I didn't look close enough. That could have been an error. I'm not gonna lie. But I think it'll be all right. So coconut flakes to your liking.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, because it's pretty sweet with all the other stuff with the condensed milk and the chips. And instead of nuts, I'm gonna go with sunflower seeds.
Sunflower seeds or sunflower kernels?
We call them seeds.
Are they just oh yeah, see here, because baseball is more popular here, they sell them with the shell on still, and so we call them shell. Those are kernels here.
Oh. Huh. Accordingly. So for those watching at home, follow along, go to the website and just decide how much you're going to make, and it'll let you know what you need for your measurements. But For me, just so everyone knows, for 12 bars, you need 2.5 tablespoons plus a half a teaspoon of butter or margarine. I went with butter and I did unsalted. Yeah, I mean, you could do full salt butter, doesn't say, but I tend to bake with unsalted.
What was
Are you margarine or butter for this one?
Oh, please don't insult me and suggest margarine. I don't do margarine at all. That's ridiculous. I'm upset that I'm using a little veggie spray. No, I do full butter or I do nothing. But yes.
You need to put that on a shirt.
Yeah.
Full butter or nothing.
The butter, one thing also I like about this, as I like with most recipes, is there's a lot more leeway than most baking dishes. This is more like cooking something rather than baking something. There's no baking soda. It's not gonna not rise or anything like that. You're making more a 7-layer dip that you're baking into a cookie form than actually like making a cake or something like that. So the butter, you just want to make sure that you have enough butter that your crumbs are saturated in the butter mixture when it melts. So
Gotcha.
That's the goal.
That is good. And for those at home, preheat your oven. It says here, if you're using a glass dish, set your oven to 325. If you're not using a glass dish, set it to 350, which is a good tip. A lot of recipes don't say that because I've always thought that the vessel you're putting it in can affect the temperature differently. But you don't usually see that. So that's awesome. Yeah. What I've done is I've just taken out the little liners to put it in, but you will need to coat your dish or lube it up, as I like to say, with a no-stick cooking spray or coconut oil. What else? One day I'll buy cooking spray just for fun.
And it's one of those things, if you don't use a cooking spray, you gotta soak it for a little bit before you wash it. It's not like the worst thing in the world, but
yeah. No, it's fair. That is fair. So how is comedy in Chicago? Since last we spoke, you're back in clubs and all that?
I am, yes. Clubs are mostly back open. There's 3 or 5 open mics every night of the week. Everyone's got a podcast and a YouTube channel, everything. It's getting back to normal. Everyone hates life. Everyone's alcoholic and running around on their girlfriends. It's just like normal. It's great. Back to real life.
Just like
the way I melt it,
yeah.
I just put it in there, move the butter around.
Yep. I microwaved mine.
If the melting butter is where you're having trouble, this whole show might be beyond you.
Melt that butter. Great. I've just got mine out of the microwave.
Yeah.
I have like no problems with melting things in the microwave. It's fine. Do you?
I don't use. If I'm going to use a microwave, I would use it for melting things. I have honestly never owned my own microwave in my entire life. I've rented apartments and houses that had a microwave in there, but I have a microwave. 90% of what I use a microwave for is queso and microwave popcorn. And I'm just not going to buy an appliance so I can eat more queso. So I've never really do it. I'm single. I don't have kids. I can wait 20 minutes for my dinner to heat up in the oven. It's not like melting butter in an omelet pan to like put some eggs in there where it's just a light coating. Like you want you got like a puddle of butter on the bottom of the sink. You gotta soak up all your graham cracker crust on there, and then you push on the fork, everything.
Nice. Because I'm doing mine individually, I'm actually going to put mine in a bowl and then spoon it into the cups.
Yeah.
Because I'd make too much work for myself.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how you got little muffin papers in there.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how that affects it. It might be a little crumbly on the bottom. We'll see. I'm excited.
Should I just like grease up each one?
You might do that like that. It'd be a little like a quiche. I don't think you do it for a quiche. I think the paper muffin ones might do more harm than good.
All right. You know what I'm going to do out of this? I'm going to I'm gonna do one in the cup just to see, and then I'll do the rest not. All right, so I'm gonna grease these up, and I'm going to use coconut oil. Do you have any Halloween plans? Any costumes? Are you a Halloween guy?
I love Halloween. It is a close tie with Super Bowl Sunday for the best holiday in the entire year. Thanksgiving, distant third place. I think I'm going to do steampunk this year. I've been looking around online, get a nice great coat, and then I've got a hat and other various things I can just toss together. So that is the current plan.
Okay. I'm excited to see what you design.
Yeah.
Nice. I tend to go for very abstract themed Halloween costumes. One year I went as the theme from the sitcom The Golden Girls. If you're wondering how I did that, I dressed all in black. I printed out and taped the lyrics to my shirt, and then I had a little iPod and I played it.
I like it.
So I'm weird.
Last year for Halloween, I went as Freddie Mercury. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. All right. So what I'm going to do is take the butter, which you can barely see. There's going to take this butter and the graham cracker crumbs. And like Nick said, we want to get this really buttery and coated, and don't want any crumb left behind. See what this does. How's your butter coming along?
It's coming along. My
Oh, beauty. That's what I got going on here.
buttered. My graham cracker base is down. I'm now adding my ones, and the recipe on there is a little different. Put the condensed milk on at the very end. So I think it says put the chips on and then put the condensed milk and then the coconut and the nuts. That is incorrect. Put all those ones on and then we'll do the evaporated milk at the end.
At the end. Okay. All right.
I've already told my coworkers I'm doing this tonight, so
How nice.
the guys and gals around the water cooler are looking forward to getting some of this tomorrow. That's
Amazing, Nick. Oh my gosh, you are miles ahead of me because I'm doing this individually. All right. So, okay, so walk me through then. So I've got this done. So what am I doing next?
Now you just layer the morsels. So you just want one thin layer covering everything. So just put them in there. So they just barely cover the graham cracker butter mixture.
All righty. So next I'm going to do my little kernels here, and then coconut on top, correct?
Yes, and I am going to use less coconut than it calls for, just the lightest hint of coconut.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Quite frankly, I would take a spoon and just go to town on what we have in the pan here.
That's true. No raw eggs in this dish. You can just eat the tuna like this, but
you just give her. All right, and then I'm going to do coconut on top. I'll show everyone.
This wouldn't be as good as cookie dough, though, I don't think.
There is something magical about raw cookie dough. I think it is it's the perfect breakup food, in my opinion.
As you can see, just a little bit of coconut. So that's
what I got.
Looking at, that's good. All right, so now you do the one. If you get the Eagle brand.
Yes, I did.
A lot of the times, this recipe is on the inside of the label. It wasn't on this can, but a lot of times this recipe is on the inside of the label of the Eagle brand condensed milk cans.
Oh, good tip. I was about to ask because it seems like it would be. And so we're taking that and just, I guess, pouring it over.
You're pouring it, and this one is a drizzle. So you're slowly drizzling back and forth in rows. They don't have to touch each other because it spreads out a little bit, but the whole thing, you want one thin sheen as if you were buttering the top of it with condensed milk.
Looks like.
All right.
Yeah, I'm supporting. Generally, when I make this, and I'm not like, I'm just like jamming it in the middle of making like 500 cookies for Christmas and stuff. This one that takes like 11 minutes.
Yeah, if you've got same thing when you were on and you did the turkey. And for those who have not seen the Thanksgiving or Easter episode rather, please go give that a watch. You've got great ideas of doing good stuff like with not a lot of time. It's perfect.
Because when you're doing something like this, you're always doing more than one thing. There's always someone over. There's always,
Yes.
there's either 25 people over, or there's a game on, or there's birthday cake to be cut or something. So ones that are easy, ones that a lot of the prep work can be done before people show up.
Yeah.
Things that finish in one dish. Those just make party planning a lot less hectic and more fun for the host. So.
Oh, totally. Now in the all recipes recipe, it says to, once you've done all that, to press it firmly down with a fork. Do you do that?
I don't. You press as you go. You press the. That's probably what the difference between putting the stuff on top. You press the graham crackers down firmly.
Yeah.
You press the morsels down firmly when you do it, and then you just put the coconut on there, and then you put the milk on that. So that might be the difference. Doing it this way, you should be good with just the milk.
Yeah. And this goes into the oven for about 25 minutes or until lightly browned. So as I always advocate, once you put it in the oven, don't stray too far. Just kind of stick around because some ovens are faster than others. So
This is one too. Unfortunately, if you have to let it cool to almost room temperature or it falls apart when you did it, it doesn't really hold together well until it's cooled all the way. It's still tasty, it's still delicious, but it's just a big old mess of melted chocolate until it cools back to room temperature all the way.
is that a bad thing, Nick?
It's not a bad thing. I just want you to be prepared for it. If you go to eat it, you're just going to be picking up a hot big chunk of chocolate. So
Yeah.
not that that's a bad thing, but if it's not what you're expecting, it can
Right.
throw you for a loop.
Yeah.
So
Just like the Spanish Inquisition.
no one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Condensed milk and chip bits, sunflower seeds, coconut and graham crackers. As you please. Put it on a spoon and shove it in your mouth. These are a few of my favorite things. All right, everybody, look, they are done. They are golden. They are beautiful. And I think Nick was right. These are pretty golden. This one, still not as. So we're going to let these cool. Then we're going to dive in when Nick gets back. Oh, I can't wait.
It's good. Well, this is a good question. What is the best gift you have ever received?
The most excited I've ever got, or the best story. When I was a little kid, my parents, way back in the day, back in analog picture tube TVs and 8-bit classic Nintendo Entertainment System, my parents were gonna get 6-year-old Nick a Nintendo and the TV to watch it on, and they thought they were going to sneak in the TV stand and assemble it, and then move the TV in, and then hook up the Nintendo while I was asleep in the same room. And then they proceeded to get into a shouting match, and I put my entertainment center and Nintendo together myself. And then I played Dog Cut all fucking day long. It was great.
I got my No Pants Tour shirt.
Oh, nice. I like it. That was you and Desiree. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
doing that in 2020. So oh,
Sweet.
perfect. Oh, excellent. So there's mine there. It's looking good, but we'll see. Bon appetit.
That's what it's supposed to be like. That is.
Oh,
Is it everything I told you it would be?
that's like a good first date where they call you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's heavenly. It's so good.
Oh, that with a good cup of cocoa. Oh. Oh. Mm. Good Lord, that is sweet and salty and crunchy and all the things you want in a good dessert bite.
Mhm.
And bananas easy to make. Holy shit.
And you actually made it like 3 times more difficult doing individual little ones. If you're just doing the 9x13 pan, that's easier still.
I like making things complicated. What's wrong with that?
It happens.
Oh man. Well, friend, for appearance number 4, I'm thinking now I'm gonna have to start something like some kind of merch where if you're in the 5-timer club, you get like something. I gotta make something.
I gotta wear a hat, something like that. We'll brainstorm. We'll come up with something good. I love making a shirt for a special occasion.
Or like, I don't know, I could brand a spatula. I gotta come up with something. Oh man.
I want to do meatloaf because meatloaf is a great thing because a lot of people don't like meatloaf, but they don't realize when you were a kid, when your mom was making meatloaf, she wasn't trying to make like a 5-course gourmet meal. She's just trying to burn off the leftovers. She had a different goal in mind. So if you actually say, hey, I want to make a meatloaf and make it great, it's also pretty easy to make, and it's easier than you think. So you should always give it a try. You never always try stuff you didn't like as a kid. You never know. Maybe your folks were just bad cooks.
That is a good point. Vegetables especially.
Yeah.
Oh man, a good roasted vegetable where you got a little crunch in the salt, so much better. Well, I think you just gave a preview to your 5th appearance.
There we go.
So
Laying the groundwork early. Now people are just going to clamor for it. You can't deny me.
No, now I've got to make you a spatula.
That would be the second best gift ever.
It'll be fine.